Welcome back. Some Western New Yorkers like to complain about our winter struggles, but wildlife, they have it pretty hard too. To survive, they've come up with some pretty interesting coping mechanisms. Terry Belke explains as we head to the outdoors.
Winter survival depends on adaptation. We humans have to create our own methods, but for the wild kingdom, those adjustments must come from within. Animals have a multitude of ways to deal with the cold and ice, and all of them are amazing.
Wildlife might choose to migrate, they might choose to hibernate, or they might find adaptations that allow them to stay active all winter long.
Some life, such as insects, we rarely think about because of their diminutive size. Out of sight, out of mind. But they essentially put their lives on pause.
Some insects press pause in the egg stage and they'll survive the winter in that egg stage. Some will survive the winter in a cocoon or a pupa. But then we even have adult insects like our morning cloak butterfly that just tucks itself right underneath some bark, and that's where it's going to spend the whole winter.
Amphibians use a process called brumation in which their bodies shut down in order to conserve energy for the season. Some frogs are remarkable in an additional way.
When it starts to get cold or when they start to have that first contact with ice, a wood frog is going to pull water away from the center part of its body. And that water on the outside is going to freeze solid. But at the same time, the wood frog is pumping sugars through its circulatory system. And those internal organs are going to be pumped full of sugars, which acts as an antifreeze.
And then there are the beavers. Unlike some of their mammal brethren, they do not hibernate. Their dense coat and thick tail protect them, and they also use their own architectural skills to construct sturdy lodges that keep them safe and warm all season long.
In a lodge, you would have an entire family unit that would include the 2 adults, the young or the kits from this year, as well as the yearlings from the year before. So there's a lot of body heat, keeping them warm and comfortable in that lodge.
Adaptations like these are just some of the lessons we can learn from Mother Earth.
We can learn from animals, and we can, make technology based on the things that we're observing and noticing and studying in wildlife. But in order for us to make those discoveries, we have to protect those spaces where that wildlife is.
Taking you to the outdoors, I'm Terry Belke.